Hello, welcome to Die Rolling. I'm the ever excitable Adam, and today we're unboxing Skulltales Full Sail by Eclipse Editorial. We have played Skulltales on the channel before, and I'm very much looking forward to showing you what you actually get inside here. So straight away we have an adventure guide, we have a port guide, and a voyage rules. So this is something that they did for the second edition, where they basically had some additional, I'll just draw this out for you. So they had some additional, they split the rulebook into three basically, and it makes it a lot easier to follow everything. There is a lot of rules in here. The adventure phase itself is very thick. Tells you about all the components. You've got lovely artwork in all of this, and it really goes through every single individual move and actions you can do, and also how the enemy moves. It's just a very well, just lots of information in here. Also has an index in here as well, which helps you find things really quick, as well as telling you all the different things on which coloured book you can find it in, which makes that very useful. Next we have the port guide. Port guide, not as big as the adventure books, but still plenty of things in here to tell you what you do during the port phase. Including, most of this book is taken up with all the different skills you can learn from the various different, people you're going to be coming across. Okay, so then we have voyage rules. Voyage was tricky to learn, so I'm going to really go back over this, really read into this, and hopefully be able to teach you guys how to play this. But if you do spot any mistakes in our gameplay sessions, then please let us know in the comments. But yes, lots of really interesting options for when you are actually doing the voyage phase. Really, it could be in its own game. Honestly, the voyage phase alone could be its own game. Then we have the Shadows of the Caribbean. The Shadows of the Caribbean, or the Caribbean, is our main adventure, where you're going to be starting off with trying to assemble a crew. You've got the secret of Captain Jones, and then you're going to be going through this various different missions, adventures, and you'll be kind of working against each other at points as well. You're on the same side, but at the same time, somebody might want to be captain over someone else. And yeah, there are 10 chapters in this. And then you've got a couple of annexes as well as some really interesting kind of text that you read when you get to particular points. Here are all of our ships. You can get 3D ships for this game, but here are the actual tokens that you can use for this game, as well as, we've got our kind of prestige trackers and stuff here as well. We have our characters kind of tokens to represent them, as well as a board to track various things on, including, I believe that's the witches of powers maybe. Okay, so we've got a couple of really big boards here, which double up as our kind of sea phase, voyage phase stuff. But you've got our town tiles here. So when you go to town, you'll be actually going onto some bigger tiles. Next, we have our miniatures. So the miniatures themselves, let's take a quick look at these. So we've got some cannibals up the top there. Then we have some big kind of ape guys, who I believe are like people who've turned into kind of apes. Then we've got all of our kind of British troops there. Some more cannibals over there. We've got skeleton conquistadors, a couple of more soldiers, as well as like the lieutenants. We have some mummies there. We have our crew all in beige there. Really interesting sculpts there, nice poses. And then we have our long shades and basically all the kind of aquatic enemies that you're going to come across that can come up and get you. Lots of tokens. We've got our town phase board, all of our tokens which represent which parts of islands and stuff we're going to. And our tracker for the adventure phase, as well as some more boaty type stuff where you're going to be placing you guys on the boat. Then we've got some coins. Let's take a look at these. So lots of coins here in different denominations. I quite enjoy those. They're quite nice. Just kind of chuck them in there. We've got our various kind of like different tiles for different places you can go to. And you know what? This is a really well put together game tray here, so it's very easy to store all this stuff back in here. What else we got in here? We have some lots of baggies, because there's lots of tokens in here. We've got some dice in here. We have some lovely gems. These will be used for our little kind of our dials. So let's take a look at some of the cards we get. So lots of different cards, and they all kind of represent different things. I'll have a quick look at the adventure guide to tell us what these cards are. So these are some mana events. These are events that could happen at the manor in the port phase. So Madame Claude is looking for a new cook. She's organised a culinary contest, and the manor is awash in expectation. If you want to participate in the banquet, you spend 1 time, pay 5 coins and roll a dice, and then one of these things will happen. So that's what could happen if you go to, if you end up going, going to check out some of these events at the manor. There are market events as well. So these are things that happen on market. You've also got port events as well, so things that happen at the port. Pay your debts, smallpox outbreak, raging fever, the Holy See, the launching ceremony. Loads of, like, there's 30 of those port events in there, and you are going to use quite a lot of these in your games, to be fair. Some more events here. So a couple more of those. Then we've got chapel events. These things have the chapel, so fortune teller, processions, blood sacrifice, and unexpected allies. A couple there. And then we've got tavern events, pay your debts, fire, annoying patron, disgruntled crew. Have some voyage events here, so these are things happen on the voyage. Sea abomination, shark infested waters, downpours, Royal Navy, reefs, whales, sandbanks, ghost ships, barrels adrift, just to name a few there. I bet the rest are going to be here, yeah. I'll mix them all up, because future Adam will not like present Adam, or past Adam even, because future Adam would be present Adam once he's doing this. He wouldn't like past Adam for leaving all this stuff out for him. But loads of voyage events. So you are going to having sea monsters, wet gunpowder, water spouts, and trading posts, amongst multiple things there. There are a total of 64 voyage events there. Then we have captain assignments. So if you're a captain, you could get one of these. So lots of fun things for you to try out here. Then rumors. Be like Jonas, only the best, an act of faith, dangerous debts. And you get things if you pass and fail. So these are like little kind of optional side missions you can go on. And we've got some market events as well, which we didn't look at previously. So that's all of the different cards you get just in the base game here. So as you can see, you get quite a lot in this. You get lots of lots of events, lots of cards, lots of tiles. You've got 10 adventures you're going through. Each adventure is pretty much broken up with a voyage phase in between and a port phase, so you're going to be doing loads. Items we've got here, so some of these are starting items for those specific characters, and they tell you how much they'll cost if they're just not for anyone in specific. But lots of really fun artifacts as well in this. So Davy Jones' pistol, Drake's hat, Elixir of Youth, and then some things you can find on the islands as well as you're exploring. And if you've managed to get knocked down the island, of course the other pirates can assist you and wake you up. At the same time, they can also rob you blind and then wake you up. It's a fun game of trying to, like an uneasy alliance between everyone at the table. You are trying to work together to obviously advance the plot, level up your characters with new abilities and things like that. However, at the same time, you are trying to become captain of the ship because the amount of money you get as captain is a lot more than when not. There's more to do as the captain as well. So it's a constant kind of a battle to see who is going to be captain. Loads more of these kind of events. These loot things you find. These are search cards you could be finding on there on the island. Then you've got like adventures as well. Adventure events that kind of happen. So lots of fun and not so fun things that can happen to you there. Then we have magic cards. So we've got a voodoo shaman. We also have a witch, and they do various different things in here. And do you know what? We've never played with these guys. So I think when we actually do our playthrough of this, our next playthrough, we are going to definitely have someone with magic, so we can show you guys how that all works. Well, let's have a look. Speaking of characters, like magic characters, let's take a look. All the characters you get in here. So we have Gunner. So these are double-sided. There's a side which is basically them, and then a side which is them as an ally. And so they're much better as a non-ally, as like an actual player there. They tell you what your starting stuff is and all the stats, whereas it's very different if you're just an ally there. So we have a gunner, we have a surgeon, we have, and I'm doing the wrong sides here, let's put them this way around. So a gunner, a surgeon, we have the Avenger, which is obviously Dread Pirate Roberts, we have a freedman, we have the captain's daughter, we have a cabin boy, we have a cook, we have a witch, we have a lookout, a cutthroat, a sea dog, and a voodoo shaman. Then we've got redcoats and galleons. We have officers and coast guard. We have cannibals and merchant ships, skeletons and ghost ships, cursed ones and sea monsters, long shadows and whales, boot biters and whirlpools, dark claws and island exploration charts. So when we go on an island, you can explore things. And then we've got Ogun and a mummy. So Ogun's like the main boss, I imagine. Then we have this little player aid here, which tells you just what is going on at certain points in the game. And that, guys, is everything you get inside of there. But I'd be amiss to not then go on to the Tortuga expansion, which is like a big kind of expansion of cards. So you get this box here, and essentially what you've got here is a bunch of new cards you're adding to the game. So there are 40 Voyage event cards, 8 Rumor cards, 7 assignment cards, and 55 port cards. So you're just basically adding a ton more kind of adventures cards to the deck. It just really adds to the variation of the game. When we play this, we'll be chucking all of these things in. So yeah, loads of new captain assignments and sea voyage events, which you can just, there's room in the box to just chuck these in. So we'll be doing these straight from the offset. So we could be having Tortuga events coming out from the very beginning. And they've got a little bit of instructions in here about how to kind of speed up and slow down the voyage phase as well. But just a ton of additional cards, like I say, all fitting in this original kind of base box. So yeah, 10 points for that. If you're excited about seeing Skulltales, let us know in the comments below, because we'll be doing a full gameplay of Skulltales Full Sail. We're going to be covering the adventure phase, the voyage phase, the port phase. We've done this before, but we're going to really try and get through as much of this game as possible over the next few months. So yeah, stay tuned for that, guys. I'm going to have to paint up all the miniatures for this, and once that's done, we'll be cracking on with this. Anyway, I've been the ever excitable Adam. Until next time, guys, stay safe or die rolling.